This is a little bit more about where, some of the things we've talked about. First, capital markets dislocation. There are times when you buy an asset that is itself troubled. And we've done a lot of that in our business, particularly last cycle, which is buying an asset that needs a massive physical repositioning, a renovation, a change of flag, renovate the rooms or the meeting space, change the restaurants. And we'll still do some of that. But that was a big piece of our last cycle. In addition to operational challenges, it's just not being run well because perhaps they have the wrong focus for the asset, or the manager is not attuned to managing full service hotels versus other hotels, or in this market, this is their first asset they've owned, on the West Coast. But also there's capital markets dislocation, and we're seeing a lot of that now, which is pressure on sellers to sell. Maybe the hotel itself is functioning well, but it was bought with at much too high a price, and as they've tried to hang on to it, the leverage level has gotten more and more expensive, and so it's not cash flowing because you have a very expensive loan because you're over levered, and there's a lot of that. The hotel business in many ways has particular challenges that are faced by other real estate segments, but are worse with hotels. And that's an example of this cost pressures. While every real estate asset class has payroll, none has a payroll as large as hotels as a function of the property. So we have a lot more people working in our assets than you would have working in an office building or in a multifamily building. Now, the office building has all of the tenants, but that's not the owner of the building. And so payroll, taxes, utilities, you name it, insurance, those have all moved up dramatically. And by way of example, we own a lot of Hilton assets and a lot of Marriott assets. And so we partner, we win awards with these folks, and we go to their owners' conferences and we meet with their CEOs and their other C-level employees. And Hilton and Marriott will say the same thing, which is 2025 across North America saw revenue increase, maybe about 1% revenue. We call it RevPAR, which is revenue per available room, but a 1% nationwide growth of revenue. But with 1% of revenue, you may have treaded water, or you may actually lose profit in 25 if you had 1%, because payroll's up a lot more than that. So is taxes, insurance, and utilities. So how do you run things most efficiently and restructure, and maybe work with fewer employees, or focus different? Do you have a group business or transient business? How do you optimize your revenue and cost structure? And in a full service hotel, there are a lot of choices to make. We talked already about high rates and the wrong capital structure, and interest rate pressure. The rest of this is sort of similar, but margin distressed sales are really where you have assets that simply will require more money to get where they need to go, either because a new capital structure, a new lender, or they need to reinvest in the asset.